In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a mobile application that will use tab bar controller with two views. In my example, it is going to be two views only, but tab bar controller can have more than two, like 3 or 4, for example, might be optimal. And user can switch between views by tapping on this bar items. And also my application will have navigation drawer integrated. So a user can swipe left or right side to reveal a right side view or a left side view, which most of the time is used as navigation, mobile app navigation. And we will also have the top bar buttons, which user can tap to reveal or close the side view. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this application, and I will start with creating a new empty project. I will select iOS application, and maybe the easiest way how to create a tab based application is to simply select this tab app button and click on next. Then I will give my application a name, my tab based app with navigation drawer, and language is going to be Swift, device is iPhone. I'll create next, choose folder I want to store it, and click on create. Xcode will create an empty project for me, and I can switch to main storyboard, and let me hide the left side and the right side, and then I can hide the document outline and double click on the main storyboard to zoom it out, and this is what we get. We get a tab bar controller with two views already connected. I can drag and drop new views and connect it to tab bar controller, but I'm perfectly fine with this too. What I will do though, I might to save space, I might select this view controller, for example, and then I want to change its size to 4 inch so that I get more space. I'll do it this way, 4 inch, and then this one will also be changed. Okay, and now if I double click on it, I have tab bar controller with two views. And now if I go and run this application, it's going to be a working example with the two views that I can switch between. Here we go. So we have first view controller, and I can click on the second view controller, and it's working. Okay, now let's integrate the navigation drawer, the side, left side and right side views. And for navigation drawer, I'm going to use an open source project which is called Drawer Controller. Here we go. You can Google for it, Drawer Controller. I'm not the creator of it. You can scroll down and see how it looks and what are the options to configure it. And at this moment, Drawer Controller is an Objective-C project, but because Objective-C and Swift work with each other very well, you can integrate these two. We can still make use of it. So if you click on this download zip button here in the corner, you will download entire project as zip archive. I have already done it, and I have it on my desktop. So if I drag the folder here, so once you unzip Drawer Controller, you will have lots of you will have another subfolder called Drawer Controller, and there you will find Objective-C header and implementation files. So we will make use of them. So let's go to our Xcode, and I will open up the right side panel, and here I'll create a new group for my Drawer. I'll call it Drawer, expand it, and I'll switch to Drawer Controller, select all of these files, click, drag, and drop it into my folder. On the options window, I want to check the copy items if needed. Click on finish, and because this is my first time integrating Objective-C code into Swift project, Xcode is asking if I would like to configure a bridging header file. I will click on create bridging header, yes, and Xcode will create a new file here. It's empty, so the bridging header file has a structure of the project name, so it's my tab-based application, and then it says dash bridging.header. Okay, and then I can import the mmdrawer controller.h. Once I import mmdrawer controller.header file, it will become available to all view controllers that I create in my application, which is very convenient. So now I will go back to my main storyboard, and for the left side and right side view, I will need to create a view controller. So I will hide the left side panel, find in my objects library here in the corner. If object library is not visible, click on this circle button, then you can drag and drop one view controller for the left side. I will also resize it to 4 inch and one view controller for the right side, and I will also resize it to 4 inch. Now we have empty view controllers, but for us to be able to instantiate these view controllers from Swift code, we need to have Swift files for them. So I will reveal my left side panel here with the project files, and then I will create a new file, and that's going to be iOS source Cacode Touch class, and I will type here left side view controller, subclass of UI view controller, language Swift. Create. Okay, Swift file is created, and I will go back to main storyboard, select the view controller I want to be my left side, and I will click on this yellow button here, view controller, and then I will go to the utilities panel and switch to identity inspector, and under custom class I will type left side view controller. Now I'll copy the class name, and I will also provide the same value for identity storyboard ID here. Okay, so I'll hit enter, and I'm almost done. Now I will need to repeat these steps for the right side view controller, and I will go back to my project, do right click, and then new file, iOS source Cacode Touch class, next, and type right side view controller, subclass of UI view controller, language Swift, next, create, and now I will go back to main storyboard, select view controller, and switch to identity inspector, and under the custom class text field I will type right side view controller, copy its value and paste it for the storyboard ID. Okay, now we are almost done. We have left side view, right side view, we have a first, second view, and a top bar controller. Okay, so the next step for us will be to embed these view controllers into navigation controllers. And the reason we do it is because we want to place buttons at on the navigation bar, left side and the right side. And for us to be able to do that, we need to have navigation bar available. So I'll select the first view controller, I'll go to editor, and I'll embed into navigation controller, and I'll bring it closer. I'll scroll down. I'll do the same for the second view. I will select editor and go to embed into navigation controller, and bring it back here. Okay, and I will do the same for the left side. Editor, embed into navigation controller, and I will resize it to iPhone 4-inch. And I will do the same for right side view controller. Editor, embed into navigation controller. Okay, we're almost done here. So the right side view controller has navigation controller and it has the identity storyboard ID. Left side view controller has navigation controller and it has left side view controller. And we have the navigation drawer for the first view controller and the second view controller. But our top view controller doesn't have custom class. So let's create custom class for the top bar view controller. And for that, I will open up my projects folder and I will click and create a new file. And that will be iOS source Kakao Touch class. Next, it's going to be a subclass of UI top bar view controller. Top bar controller. So I will call it my top bar view controller. Click on next, create. Here we go. The custom class with the name my top bar view controller, which is a subclass of UI top bar view controller, is created. And I'll go to back to main storyboard, select the top bar controller, switch to identity inspector, and under custom class I will type my top bar view controller. Copy this. I'll provide the same value for the identity storyboard ID. Okay, so this setup of our user interface is complete. If we run it, it should work. But if we do run it, our application will start with the top bar view controller, and it will not see right side and left side yet, because we need to bring all of this together into one navigation drawer. So let's go to our app delegate, and inside of the app delegate we will find a function which is called application did finish launching with options. It's the very first function in our app delegate file, and we will make it call a function which we will call build drawer build navigation drawer interface. We'll call it like this. I'll copy the value, I'll copy its name, I'll come down here and I'll declare a function with this name. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to reference main storyboard, and from our main storyboard we need to instantiate top bar view controller, and we will need to instantiate the left side and the right side view. So, and the way we reference main storyboard is this. I have prepared little code snippets so that you don't have to wait for me while I'm typing. So to instantiate our main storyboard, we create an object UI storyboard and pass it the name of our storyboard. The name of our storyboard is called main. So here we go. Now when we have the reference to the storyboard, we can using it, we can instantiate view controller with identifier and pass it the name of the identifier. So let's go up to the main storyboard and look up what is the identifier we've provided for the top bar view controller. And the storyboard identity, the identity storyboard ID is called my top bar view controller. So I'll go back to app delegate and I will paste it here. And because our actually our custom Swift file class for this top bar view controller is called my top bar rather than top bar, I'll have to paste it here as well. Okay, so we've instantiated top bar view controller, And I will need to do the same for the left side and the right side view controllers. Okay, so I have top bar, I have left side, and I have right side. The next step for me is to embed the left side and the right side view controller into navigation controllers. And this is the way we embed our view controller into navigation controller. We create an object and we pass our view controller, which is in this case left side view controller, as a parameter, as a constructor to this navigation controller. Now when we have all of this together, we can create the navigation drawer itself, and our navigation drawer is going to be an instance of the drawer controller, which we've downloaded and integrated into our project. And this is how we do it. We create an instance of drawer controller, and it has a constructor that accepts central view controller, a left side view controller, and the right side view controller. If we don't want the right side view controller, for example, if we want our app to have left side and the central view only, we can get rid of the right side view controller. There is also a constructor for that. But for this video, we will have 3 of them: central, left side, and right side. Okay, and the reason I'm not declaring declaring drawer container variable on this line is because I want my drawer controller to be available from other view controllers in my application. And what I will do for that, I will declare it outside of the function. I'll declare it as a class instance, and that's going to be like this. And then from other view controllers, I'll be able to access app delegate and its object drawer container. Okay, almost done here. A few more lines of code. Now we have a navigation drawer, but we need to enable drawer gesture for opening and closing views. So, and we will do this with these 2 lines of code, which one is for open drawer gesture mode, and the second one is for closing drawer gesture mode. And that will be assigned to drawer panning center view mode for opening and closing. And the final step for us is to make to assign this drawer, navigation drawer, to our Windows root view controller. So when our app starts, build navigation drawer interface function will be called, and our Windows root view controller will be replaced with the navigation drawer, which will contain the tab bar and the left side and the right side view controllers. So now we can run it and see how it works and if we've done everything right. Here we go. Here's our application. We have a tab bar buttons. We can switch between first and second view. We have navigation bar here, and we can reveal left side and right side by swiping with our thumb left and right. The only thing that we don't have the top buttons here on the navigation bar, but because we have it here now, we can place it. So let's do that. Let's stop this application. Let's go into our main storyboard, and let's for example, let's start with the first view, and our first view should have 2 buttons. I will open up utilities panel, and from the objects library I will look up for button item And here we go, bar button item. I can click, drag, and drop it here. And I will do the same for the right side. And now I can select this button item here, switch to attributes, and I can change its name. For the left side, I'll call it left. I could also assign the custom image, but because I don't have images at this time, I will only set a text value. And for the right side as well, I will select the item button, and I will type here right. Now if I run this application, I'll have two buttons, although they will not do anything at this moment because we did not write any code. So I've placed buttons for the first view. I do see him, but the second view doesn't have them yet. So if my tab bar view controller has 3 or 4 views, I need to put these buttons for every single view. Okay, so now let's go to first view controller. I'll hide this right side panel and open up this view controller in the assistant editor. And what I need to do here now, I need to create an outlet, action outlet for this button. So I will select the item button, I will hold control button on my keyboard, I will click, drag, drop, and this blue connector, drop it just before the ending curly bracket for my class. I'll change connection to action, and I will give it a name, left side button tapped. Okay, so now when this button is tapped, left side button tap function will be called. I'll do the same for the right side button. So I'll hold control, I'm holding control button on my keyboard, dragging and dropping it here just before the ending curly bracket of my class. Connection type should be action, and I'll call it right side button tapped. Okay, and I have the action function for the right side button. Now, when left side button is tapped, we need to toggle our central view so that left side panel is revealed. And because our drawer container is declared in app delegate, we need to instantiate that app delegate instant. So I will declare a new variable, I'll call it app delegate, and that will be called to UI application shared application delegate. And our app delegate has a function, has an object which is called, I think, drawer. Let's go and look up how we've called it. It's called drawer container. Okay, it's called drawer container. So I'm going back to first view controller, and it doesn't see it yet, most probably because we need to cast it to app delegate. Here we go. So now we can access drawer container, and we will toggle drawer side, which is going drawer side left for this example, and animated, let's do yes, completion nil. Okay, so when my Objective-C habit. Okay, so left side button is tapped. We are creating an instance of app delegate. We are referencing an instance of app delegate, and we then access drawer container, and we toggle the drawer side, and in this case is left. And I can copy and paste this code for the right side button top, but in this case I want to toggle the right side. I'm on drawer side right, and this is it. And this is it for these two functions. Now if I stop it and run to see how it works, I should get these two buttons working well. Here we go. Here's my application. So my panning center view is working, and I can tap on the left side, which toggles this side, left side, and I can tap on the right side, which toggles the drawer view, and it works. And I can switch between first and second view. This is it. This second view doesn't have these two buttons only because we did not place them there, but it's I will leave it up to you to do that. Important is that we were able to do it for one view, and you will be able to do it for the second view yourself. So this is it for this little example, and I hope it was helpful to you.